Thank you for listening to the Golden Hour Drip podcast with me, Logan Lee Miller. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Golden Hour Drip podcast. I'm your host, Logan Lee Miller. Today's episode is all about community. I'm so excited for this episode. But first, it is April. Holy crap. It is crazy. I know this always happens to me every single season. I go through wintertime. I'm done with it. I'm over it. I love Christmas. I love Thanksgiving. I love all of those things. I think winter is really good for just settling in and reflection, and also to be restful inside. But I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for summer. I am just fully embracing every single part of it. And this weekend was seriously cozy. It was warm outside. It was one of my favorite feelings is if you think about a cat or a dog, sleeping in the sunlight, that cozy vibe where they are just basking in the sunlight and you can see dust particles floating around the little kitty or the dog. That's seriously what I felt like doing. I wanted to be outside. I wanted to be basking in the sun, soaking up the rays. I think it's really good for your mental health to be outside, to be breathing in the fresh air, to have the sunlight. Those are some of my favorite things. And I also am ready to plant my garden and plant flowers, and I'm just ready for out with the old and in with the new. I literally opened up every single window in the house to let it, aerate a little, because I feel like it's a bit stale from fall and winter. I feel like sometimes I'm breathing in the air from last fall. I know that is not really reasonable, but it's a new year. It's 2023. I know we got through the first 3 months of it. We're in the fourth month. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how much the year has kind of flown by a little bit, but I really don't notice a change in my schedule because we really don't have that much going on, right? The events are really for spring, summer, and late fall. January, February, March, I feel like that's a breather period where we can reflect, journal, see what we want to do. I personally went through all of our fall and winter stuff. The clothes, I donated 4 huge bags of clothes, just because I am kind of just done with it. Same with the winter air in the house. I'm done with some of these clothes that no longer serve me, no longer fit me good. I'm trying to embrace myself and not in the mindset of, okay, I'll keep this when I look like this or when I'm in this period of life, but instead just dressing for myself right here, right now, and the things that I want to do. I also have I'm working on it. I'm not going to be glued to the statement anymore. Commitment issues. Oh my gosh, I feel I know today I'm wearing black on black with brown Birks. I love black. I do. I think part of me feels so comfortable in it because it's easy to match. I don't really have to think about it. And I really strayed away from color. And I just decided that I am going to incorporate more color into my closet and into my life. I feel like I have a very neutral life, and I do like the neutrality. That's not a word. I do like neutrals, okay? Don't get me wrong. And I think that for me, it's a very clean feeling to have neutrals around, to have black, to have all those things. But I feel like I need just a little bit more color. I don't know, maybe I'm coming to life this year. I feel like maybe the past couple of years I haven't really been truly living, and I'm ready to start living again. I'm ready to just embrace everything that comes my way. I've been dressing and shopping for my most highest self, the person that I want to be, and I think to dress yourself in a way that is appropriate for that. It is called energy hacking, where you have your clothes in the mood that you want to be. Because think about it, if we wear sweats and a sweatshirt, like we're ready to get cozy on the couch and watch movies. That's energy hacking. Even though we might feel like all over the place, like personally when I am at work, like I'm over here and I'm over there and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and then I need to like come back to center and I need to rest and relax, then I put on my cozy, comfortable clothes because I'm ready to be in that energy. Same with if you want to be in high energy, you want to feel like the best, you want to feel beautiful, you're going to be wearing something that is bold and really exciting colors. And today I was in the get shit done mode, so I had my leggings on and a little tank top and my Lululemon jacket, because honestly I've become a Lululemon whore, and I know that like it's been around for a while. Some people like it, some people don't. The leggings I'm wearing right now, I literally tore a hole in. And I feel like the hole has gotten smaller. Like I literally, I was like, okay, there's a hole in the fabric. I'm gonna have to like go take them in, get them cut into biker shorts. Like it'll be fine. But I feel like the hole has gotten smaller. It definitely has not gotten bigger. I don't even notice it. I just feel like, yeah, I could go spend money on leggings from Amazon, and all of the leggings that I have literally have started to pill or disintegrate or just not real good material. But like I've had these for 2 years now and they have not failed me, and I tore a hole in them. Like I love it. I bought 2 more leggings last weekend. We'll get into the color of leggings. Well, I'll just tell you now. I am a black girly. I love black on black on black. Like it is my favorite thing. I'm trying to incorporate more color. I'm trying to incorporate into the person that I want to be, someone who is bold, who is not scared of commitment, not scared of color. And I bought bright red leggings. And I've been wanting them for so long, but I was just like, you know what? Like I can wear them with a black top, because for me, I want the most versatility with all of my clothing. Like I want to be able to mix and match. And another problem that I have is in my closet, like if the colors are clashing, like when I go shopping, like the colors have to have a theme. So like if I'm buying dresses and the dresses don't look good in my shopping cart, I like put a dress back so it matches the theme. I've always been big on theme, but it has been helpful to put like the clothes in red and black and pink and yellow, and not being afraid of color. And so that's what I've been trying to do. But yeah, I got bright red leggings because I feel like my most confident high self would be wearing red leggings, because they're bold, they're sassy, they're amazing. Like they are just, when I see other girls wear them, I'm like, oh man, I really want a pair of like red leggings with like little white tennis shoes and maybe like a little black top. Like I feel like that's so cute. But in my head, I'm like, that is 3 different colors. You're wearing white and red and black. Even though when I didn't get into this sort of thinking until I got into like the job that I'm in, and I wear black all the time. So I'm like, oh, it has to be, I'm very monochromatic right now, like very monochromatic. And I feel like that just doesn't suit me anymore. I need to be pushed out of my comfort zone. I need to be pushed to color and living vibrant. And black, I still will always love black, but I feel like I just need a little bit more color, because I feel the most good in color sometimes. I don't know. I'm trying to get over some body issues that I have with dressing in color, because I feel like black minimizes. It's a very slimming color, and I don't sometimes want to take up space. And so I feel like when I'm in a color and I stand out, I'm taking up too much space, or I feel like it's a costume and I feel like people are going to look at me too much. But people looking at you and taking up space is not a bad thing. And that's personally like a confidence trial tribulation that I'm working through. Is it's okay to wear color, it's okay to stand out, it's okay to, you know, if you're in yellow and someone else is in a different color and you don't quite match, like at the table, like it's fine. Not every single moment needs to be like perfectly photogenic. So for me, I'm like, okay, it's all right to wear bright green. It's okay to have yellow. It's okay to have orange. I'm able to take up space. I'm able to wear the colors that I want. And it's all right if maybe it doesn't completely suit my skin tone, because I personally, like, I want to do the color wheel and I feel like I know the colors that look good on me, and I like know the colors I like to wear, and sometimes they match and sometimes they don't. But it's having the confidence, like you can wear either color and still feel really, really good, because I am all on the journey of feeling the most confident of myself, and also just trying to envision what my highest self would wear. And so you cannot have change of like the good, happy things and like keep all the bad things, right? When we are craving change in our life and we're like, oh, we want to do this and we want to do this and we want to have this, like those are all big changes. And so when we have big changes, we cannot stay the same. As much as we would like to stay the same, when we're encouraging growth and opportunity in our life, which right now I'm in a very growth mindset place in my life. And so for me, I'm like, okay, if I want things to change, if I am taking these huge uncomfortable steps, like not everything can stay the same. So I can't wear the clothes that I've always worn and expect the same result, right? I can't do the things that I've always done and expect the same result. I'm gonna have to start getting uncomfortable. And I felt like, even though this seems like a very inconsequential, oh my gosh, that's not even a word, inconsequential, I can't even say that, small, even though it's very minuscule, very small, like it is still, like it's a big deal for me. And I also, like, I don't know, like I just, when there's too many things in my closet, I get overwhelmed. And so that's why it helps me, like doing the donation, putting away the fall and winter clothes, and then bringing out the spring clothes. And I also think it makes me more excited to open it up, because I'm not seeing those clothes every single day. It's kind of the theory of you don't know what you have until you lose it. And so by putting in a box, I'm losing it for, I don't know, 6 months or 5 months, 4 months, whatever, you know, that the weather temperature changes. I'm losing it for that amount of time. And so it's almost like going shopping, where I open it up and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this amazing cool thing, I forgot I had this. Instead of like overlooking it every single day and thinking, oh, I'll wear that when I get the chance. Oh, I'll wear that when I'm more confident. Oh, I'll wear this like in the summertime. But instead, like I'm putting it in the box and I don't get to see it, and I forget about it because out of sight, out of mind. And there was several things I forgot I had this like purpley dress, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute, because we have like so many weddings coming up. And so I've been shopping for dresses for the wedding season as well. And I am like trying to base it off of the invites that we received on, okay, like it looks like their theme is very natural, like greens and blues and pinks is what's on the invite. So that's what I'm gonna try to wear. We just celebrated Garrett's cousin, Sawyer, got married to Felicia, and they just had their wedding. It was beautiful. Their invite was black, red, and green. So I was like, okay, like it's black and red, and like the greens was like the floral, like it was like rose with a green leaf. Okay. So I pulled out every single piece of clothing I had in my closet. I was like, should I wear this? Should I wear this? And it is in between, like, although it is spring, it's officially spring. We've had some chilly days, but like the sun is shining. And so on the day of the wedding, the sun was out, it was beautiful, but it was a little chilly. And so the dress that I was planning on wearing, the one I felt most comfortable in, was black, but it was like this little spaghetti strap black dress. And then I packed like a green dress that I had bought 2 weekends ago from the MKT sale. And then I packed the purple dress that I had forgotten about. And I was like, okay, like I'll put all of those in and we'll just see how it goes. But I ended up getting a little bit nervous because the weather was super, super windy, and the black dress I had was on that I had on was like a super, super mini dress. And I was like, all right, like we definitely have to have a little bit of length if I'm gonna have a spaghetti strap, because it was so windy and it was also chilly. So I was like, all right. And we ended up stopping at Target, and I got this really, really cute black satin dress. I know it's black, but okay, so the dress was black, it was cute. It had like a little V-neck. I posted it on Facebook. It's very cute. Very like simple, and so I was able to wear like these huge heels that I got from ASOS this past winter. They're so freaking cute, and I like painted my toes red. It was a moment. It was very romantic, but in my head I was like, okay, Logan, you're buying a black dress. You always buy black. It is just like my fallback. And I was like, okay, try to find something that is not black here. And I looked around and I found this green watercolor dress, and it had huge puffed up sleeves, and it was like this little mini dress. It was fairyist, it was princess, like it was giving springtime Easter, because Easter is next weekend, and so all of the stores around me are stocking Easter dresses, which is amazing because I'm trying to plan for summer, and not always are there super cute dresses in the summertime. Sometimes they're like super, super skimpy or a little too not disco, like clubbing vibe than like wedding vibe. So I've been stocking up on dresses. I think I've bought at least 2 dresses every single weekend for the past 3 weekends. So I've gotten 6, 7, 8. I've actually got 8 new dresses the past 3 weeks. So I have some new clothes that I'm ready to wear, dressing for my highest self. But I was like, okay, if you're gonna buy something black, you gotta buy something a little different, because I'm opting for that uncomfortable change. I'm opting for that extra, okay, like we're getting out of our comfort zone, because you have to do it. You have to energy hack. You have to just dress for yourself and feel comfortable and confident in those things, because the things that you surround yourself with, the people, your community, the things in your home, your clothing, the vehicle you drive, all of that goes into your life. And I just decided that if I am going to continue seeing people on social media, my favorite is Brooke Michio. I love her clothing. I will see her dresses. She just went to Cabo, and I was looking at her dresses and I was like, man, I would never wear that. Or I'm sorry, I would never buy that. I would never buy that and put it in my closet to think, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna wear this because it is so vibrant and beautiful. And I'm like, oh, it's not black, it's not black. But I see her wearing all of these like just extravagant dresses, and I'm like, I like see her all the time doing this. I want to do this. Like, I'm taking the leap. So she's been so much inspiration for me to just like buy the clothing that I want to wear, because we can see people on social media or on our favorite shows on what they wear or what their houses look like, and think, oh my gosh, like one day I'll have that, or one day I'll have that. I know I just said the same sentence twice. One day I'll have that, or one day that'll be my life. One day I'll live in a house like that. One day I will look like that. But why wait for the good stuff? Why wait to have the things and to surround yourself with the items or the people that are going to propel you into that next level of living? And it's little things that you can do to just upgrade your life, so then you can also be living in the magic. Because it's not great to feel jealous all the time. It's not great to live in this like discernment for your life on, oh my gosh, like I'm unhappy, I am not where I want to be. Why do we have to wait for someone to come and anoint us and say, you know what, you can have your dream life. All right, you're ready. You took all the time to prepare yourself. Now you're ready. It's been 10, 15 years of you hating your life every single day, hating your job, hating what you wear, hating your friends. But now magically you're going to get everything. No, that's not how it works. It's building upon it every single day on, okay, like I am going to swap out the denim jeans that I wear that don't make me feel super, super confident because they're a little unflattering. They bunch up at my waist, and when I eat a lot of food, it's like painful. No, like I'm not gonna keep those around until I'm skinny enough to fit into them. I'm gonna donate them because one, that's an exchange of energy of, oh my gosh, like I am exchanging this, maybe when I bought them, I fit so good in them, but it's allowing that, okay, like when I wear these now, I don't feel good enough. When I wear these now, like I'm not the most confident. So I'm gonna pass them along to someone else who's gonna feel the most confident, who is going to feel like, oh my gosh, like this is my higher self, like would wear these jeans, it's that exchange. Because when you're able to get rid of the old and to let go of it, and letting go can be so hard. I have some dresses, that I put into a giveaway pile that I went to give to my sister, and she went through the stuff that she wanted and then gave me back the stuff she didn't want so then I could go on and donate it. I was like, man, like she didn't like this dress. And I like literally, there's 2 dresses that I hung up and put back and said, you know what, maybe I'll learn to love these. And I should have just cut ties with it, but one of them I got when Garrett and I took our engagement photos for the very first time, and it was like February and it was icy cold and we were in a wheat field, and it was one of my favorite memories ever. And then the second one was on my bridal shower or bachelorette trip, and it's like this little slinky pink dress, this romper, and I'm like, you know what, like I should get rid of them, but I think these 2 items, and it's okay to have a few items that you're like, you know what, like the memories are too strong. It was out of sight, out of mind for a while. I did try to give them away to Lily. She didn't want them. So I'm going to take them and I'm actually going to keep them. I put them in my closet for another round. We'll see if I wear them. If I don't wear them, I will give them away, or maybe I'll put them in a box for my daughter one day. And really, like my daughter probably like won't even want this crap that I'm saving for her, but maybe one day. So it's that exchange of energy, and when you are able to like let go of those things, then you're able to get something that will actually serve you and will actually be good. So for me, I've been shopping, I've been getting blazers, I've been getting really, really fun tops, I've been investing the money to invest in my higher self, and so that I feel the most confident and I feel the most ready for the next step, and that energy hacking. Because when I put on these clothes, I feel good. Like you can tell, like on the days that I'm just like running around and I'm like, oh, I wear this, like it's black pants, black top, like black boots. Yes, it didn't take me that long to put it together. Like it didn't take my brain that long to, okay, like this is what we're gonna wear. But then I have unwashed hair, and also maybe I look a little unkept. Like it's not super, super cute. I know I'm not gonna feel as vibrant. I'm not gonna feel like my best high self in that moment because I'm like, like I'm not wearing like the cute outfit. I'm not wearing the cute things. And I will say, so shifting more into the community aspect of this, and really the inspiration for the red leggings is this past weekend I went to a Kansas City event. Sydney Morehouse, she put on like this super, super cool event with girls. Apparently this was like the 3rd or 4th one, but it is like where they just do different activities. I guess they had one in February that was like a Valentine's Day theme, but essentially we went to a workout class, and afterwards we just grabbed drinks from Red Door, and like if you want appetizers or whatever, and we just talked as a community. And it was girls I've never ever met before. Nobody knew anybody, and we just came and we worked out, and then we went to a late lunch. Honestly, it was so inspiring. But when we went, there was a girl in these bright red leggings, and I just thought to myself, I want bright red leggings. Like here she is just rocking it. She looked so good. She was wearing like a black top and these red leggings, and I was like, man, like if she can wear red leggings, like I want to wear red leggings. And it's all who you surround yourself with, and where you spend the most time at and with who. Because personally, like if I hadn't gone to a workout class, I wouldn't have finally taken the plunge to, okay, red leggings. We are hard launching red leggings. I know that's a small little thing, but the people, because she was an instructor at this spot and she was wearing like the most amazing leggings, I was like, I want to wear leggings and I want to be an instructor. Like I want to have the same energy. And that's energy hacking. Like if you can dress yourself in the things that you want to be, like then you'll become it. I know that you can't just wish it. You actually have to work for it. You actually have to do things to get there. But I was just thinking to myself, you know, like if I hadn't gone to this place, if I hadn't got out of my comfort zone, signed up for an event that I was totally like, honestly, it was like one thing after another. I was at training in Wichita for part of my job, and I was, I said yes to a happy hour with some of my coworkers, which I didn't feel super comfortable to do personally. Like I wanted to journal and go to bed. But I was like, no, like it's a great time to socialize. It's a great time to like go out. And we went out, and honestly, like it was a blast. I met some really amazing people in the company that I work for, and it was great to just like hang out with them and talk. Personally, I go to bed around 9:30. That's like the sweet spot for me. That's my favorite time to go to bed because I like to get up early. I try to get up around 4:30, just depends, but in the 4 o'clock hour, because that's when I can get the most done. I can run around like and do all the things. And so I like to go to bed early, but I ended up going to bed around like 10:30, 11, after having like an exhausting previous night, because I had my first live speaking event with Sigma Kappa. If you have not listened to the last episode all about confidence, go listen to that one. It was so great. I talked about the girls' questions that they had, but I ended up driving to Wichita after the event, so I didn't get I left my house at like 9:30 p.m. got to Wichita around like 12:30, and then I had to work on some paperwork for the training, and so I didn't end up going to bed until like 2:30. And so to go to bed at 2:30, wake up early to then like have a full day of training, and then like go out and talk with like these new coworkers, it was completely out of character for me. But I'm trying to build my community. I'm trying to build relationships and network and just really put myself out there. So it's like, okay, like this is what we got to do. We got to go out. We got to do it. And so if I hadn't gone out with them, I wouldn't have gone to bed around, 10:30 is when I got back to my hotel room, and I got in the shower, and I was getting out, and I was like, you know what, like I'm going to take off my makeup. I am going to like brush my teeth and do my skincare, my routine or whatever. And I decided to scroll on TikTok, and I came across her live, and I clicked on her profile, and I saw a little bit about what she did. And she is a oh my gosh, a stylist, like a fashion stylist, where she styles people and the clothing that they wear. And so I looked through all her stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, like how cool is that? And so then I immediately followed her, and I commented on her live, like asked her advice for like workwear, because I'm a working girl, and she responded back. It was very nice. But then I went to bed. Oh, I forgot to say, when I went to her TikTok profile, I also like went to her Instagram, followed her on Instagram. So like it was all like this kind of domino effect, right? Like it was one thing after another, and then it led me to this, and then it did this. So if I wouldn't have gone out with my friends, or my coworkers, not friends yet, now I think we're friends, but if I wouldn't have said yes to that event, and then came home, and then watched her TikTok, and then followed her on Instagram and TikTok, then I would not have seen on her story that she posted that she was doing this live event. And I was like, oh my gosh, like exactly what I am wanting. And it came to me. I was like, oh, you're lying. Like, this is amazing. And I really think that that goes to show that when you start to take the uncomfortable action, it gives a signal to the universe, to God, that you are ready for the next steps, that you are ready to get uncomfortable, that you're ready to get to that next level. And so I was like, all right, like I took this super, super uncomfortable steps of like going out with people that I did not know, to talk with them on a night that I was totally exhausted. And I felt like, oh my gosh, like I was rewarded, because then I found this super awesome girl. I wouldn't have watched her live at that point in time if I hadn't got up, right? Like if I wouldn't have gone out and did the things, right? And so then I followed her on Instagram, and I saw that she had posted this event, and she posted it on like Wednesday or Thursday. And I knew that my parents were coming in for the weekend, and I knew that I had a fundraiser on Friday night. So I was a Vanna White for our main street in this small town that I live in. And so I was like, all right, like it's one thing after another. My parents are coming in. I'm gonna have another late night Friday night after the fundraiser, and then my parents, and I did not know how I was going to coordinate it all, but I just felt deep down that I knew that I had to be there. So I bought tickets to the workout event. She had it posted. I was like, yes, okay. And it was opened up to anybody who just wanted to make friends. I think her handle is Let's Be Friends KC. So go check her out. It was super, super awesome, especially if you're in the Kansas City area. And I was a little unnerved. Like I was like, okay, I'm not going to know anybody, but I put on my favorite black leggings, energy hacking in this moment. It was black leggings, and I got this new seafoam green top, and I wear a sports bra underneath, and we had this workout class, and it was just so inspiring, honestly. And I feel like we all have these moments in our lives where we just like, it clicks on, something snaps in our brain, we're like, yes, this is what we want. And I was thinking last time that this happened was at a Carrie Underwood concert, where it just like clicked for me. I was like inspired. I was like, yes, like this is amazing. And I feel like it's when people are performing in their like most highest peaked self, where they are just eluding this like energy and confidence and like amazingness. I'm like, yes, like that is what I'm craving. That's what I want. And you're drawn to those people, and and you start to build your community, and you start to build who you're surrounding yourself with, and the focus that and attention that you were giving those people. And so I was in this workout class, and I was just feeling so inspired, so invigorated. And I think because it was very cardio based, it was like my heart was pumping, and I was just feeling so happy and grateful in the moment. And I just was like, this is what life is all about. It is about making the connections. It is about finding community. It is about being fully in the moment and being present. And it was just so, so good. And I was like, this is like, I don't know if it's the sunshine, I don't know if it's a workout class, I don't know if it is the people surrounding me, but I feel like I just popped a Molly. I've never taken any hard drug like that, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like it is exciting, it's invigorating, it's all the things. And here they are, like just with me. And we ended up going to Red Door afterwards. And honestly, if you've never been to a Red Door, I had the hummus, and it had pita on one side and then sliced vegetables on the other way. And I was like, this is perfect, because I always want to have like the pita, but I feel like I need the vegetables. And the fact that it was half and half, I was like, okay, like this honestly is so freaking good. You have no idea. Like it was literally chef's kiss. Like it was so good. So I'm having the best time ever, surrounded by people that I literally have never met before, but just listening to their stories, how they came to Kansas City, if they've been here forever, or if they moved. Like so many people were from different states, and then they went to college, or They just decided to move to Kansas City, the jobs that everyone had, the passions, like it was crazy. And I literally have never met these girls before, but I just felt this instant connection by sitting with them and talking. And it was this event that kind of brought us all together. And I don't know how everyone got connected with Sydney, but personally for me, it was like by chance, right? Like it was just by chance that I was able to see it on like Wednesday night, sign up Thursday, Friday, have this super long fundraiser, have my parents come into town, and then Saturday I was right there along with everybody else. Like it was one of those, this is the perfect situation, right? The perfect storm. And I was like, this literally it was aligned for a reason. And I just couldn't help but feel so grateful for this instant community that I did not have previously. And the steps that I took to get there, of being uncomfortable and saying yes to those situations and those things, because I know that I want to surround myself with people who are like-minded, who are chasing after their dreams, who are taking uncomfortable action, and who are in it, not the people who are just hitting the snooze button or are completely consumed with, low energy vibes. Because I feel like the people, when you surround yourself with people who are high energy, who are achieving, who are wanting these things and are going after it, it's infectious, right? Like you feel their happiness radiating off of them, right? Like you just know that what they say they're gonna do, because they just are so enthusiastic and they have this unlimited energy and they're just running towards it, in comparison to the people who are more low energy. And I don't know if it's just because I am gonna turn 25 and my brain is like almost fully developed, but I am finding that in situations where people are just having discussion on things that I don't really think is relevant, or I don't really agree with, and sometimes it's like a lot of complaining, a lot of gossiping, a lot of just not nice energy, not nice things, just bringing people down. I personally, I don't want to be associated with people who do those things. I don't want to be a part of a mean girl club, because that's just not me. I think that everyone has a place in this world and all the groups, and I want to make sure everyone eats. That just doesn't mean that everyone should eat at my table, but I want everyone to have a meal, and I feel like some people do not want other people to eat. I know that's metaphorically, but they don't want people to be successful in their own areas. They don't want people to be thriving in their own environment. She doesn't have to thrive right next to me, but she can at least be thriving in her workplace. We don't have to be best friends, but I want the best for her, right? I want nothing but the best for her. I don't want her not to eat or not to be happy or be depressed. That's not who I am as a person. I want everyone to succeed. It just doesn't mean that we have to be best friends. And I feel like some of these people, they don't want anybody to succeed who's not in their circle, who is not with them. You're either with us or you are out my way or the highway. It's my opinions, my ideas. And I just feel so brought down. And maybe you have some people like this in your life who just bring you down, and they're so just it's like a fungus, I don't know, in the bottom of your shower. It was cleaning day for me, so in Garrett's shower there's some soap scum or some hard water line, and I'm scrubbing on it, and I scrub at it every single week. I'm always scrubbing on this water line, but it keeps coming back. It's the negative people in my life. I'm oh my gosh, I thought I sprayed you with bleach last week, but sometimes they just pop up. And I could either spend a whole lot of energy thinking about them, or I could just take my bleach, spray it up, spritz, 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 scrub them away and wash them down the drain, you know? So the people who you are surrounding yourself with, the people that you are spending the most time with, energy with, it can be so small as your workplace environment. It could be the coffee shop that you visit every single day. I visit the best coffee shop ever. The barista there, Sarah, is so sweet, so kind. I love you, Sarah. A little shout out for you. But if I were to go to a coffee shop that wasn't like super positive, that was kind of like closed-minded, that wasn't really friendly. I like to work on my lunch break, and like my hobbies and my passions are like bring my computer. I like to stay for a while, my hour-long lunch break. But if it was like an environment where they were like, oh, like, why is she here again? No, like, it's welcoming. It's an infectious energy that you want to be around. It can be your friend group. Maybe there's one person in the group who always brings you down. Like, it literally, take an audit of your life and find where the people who are bringing you up, who are bringing joy, who are bringing positivity, who want the best for you, and the best for the people around them. Because when you are in that high energy of, okay, like, everything that is meant for me will come to me, everything that is meant for you will come to you, and you know, we're all on this happy little planet to have the human experience and to grow and develop as people, to have these experiences, to have community, to love one another, and to try every single day to just be a little bit better. So for me personally, like, I'm gonna try to be a little bit better. So the people that I'm surrounding myself with are also on the same trajectory. They're not the people who are bringing me down. One great individual who has came into my life and has, you know, wanted to continuously achieve and progress is Jenny Snap. She is a great representation of that, because she is always striving to be the best. If you have not listened to Jenny and I's episode, go check that out. I believe, I don't know, it's probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, but you can scroll, okay? I know you can scroll, you can find Jenny Snap, listen to that episode, because she is just so inspiring and has like such a great professional and personal relationship. Like, it's phenomenal. So she's an individual that I want to move a little closer to. I want to spend more time with her. Although both of our lives are completely crazy, like, that's someone that I'm drawn to. Now, it can slowly kind of crowd out the individuals that I might spend time with who aren't like that, who are more negative, who don't really care about personal growth, who always have something negative to say. And, you know, it's not that I don't want to hang out with them anymore. It's just that's not the place that I am in my life right now. People who are super hypercritical of others, because I know that that's a reflection of how they feel on the inside. That's just not something that I want to surround myself with, because it's toxic. And I know toxic environments, toxic relationships, like, that word is thrown around so much. But I think if we actually think about the word toxic and what it means, like, this is like super villain, toxic sludge. Like, if you can think back to Marvel or DC or any of that, like, usually the villain was like, has a villain origin story, right? Like, Catwoman, even though she's like kind of on the edge, bad girl, kind of on the edge of like being good, she was put into a vat of poison, essentially. Like, that's toxic. Same with like the Joker, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, like, just if you really think about the word toxic and what that does to your mind, body, spirit, your personality, like your energy levels, like, if you really like just think about toxic, because it's so thrown around so much, I don't think that we fully understand like what that means. but it's poison. It's killing you. Like toxic literally is killing you. If you see like the little bottles, it says like toxic, and it's a skull and like crossbones, right? Like the bones are crossed, death. You don't want to be dying inside. And I know that is like a super like, if you hang out with maybe a friend who gossips, like it's death, you know, but it's little things, it's little ticks. And when you are trying to move towards growth and move towards that greater purpose that I know you have inside of you, you cannot allow other people to just like sap at that, right? Like, because people who are toxic are usually soul-sucking, vapid people, right? Everyone can grow, everyone can move past this. I know personally for myself, I maybe have been that toxic person. I know I've been that toxic person. I know that I've been the villain in someone else's story. You cannot always be perfect, the hero all the time, right? Like sometimes you are going to be that friend, that you are negative Nancy. I know the last 2 weeks, I haven't been like super chatty, haven't been super positive. And I had to apologize to my bestie Madison and said, hey, like, I'm really sorry. Like, I'm being negative this week, this day, like this thing. I have a lot going on. But I think what you have to decide is this a personality trait, or is this just like a little rocky patch, right? Like, did you have a bad day? Is it just a bad moment? Is it a bad week, or is it a bad life? No, it's not a bad life. It's never a bad life. But we all have been not nice people, right? Like we've all had those periods of time where we were the toxic friend, or we weren't super nice. We've all had those moments. I'm definitely not perfect. I know that you can come back from it though. Like you can grow from it, and you just have to decide, okay, is this friend having a bad week, or is this a personality trait? Are they trying to work really hard on changing it and moving past it, or is this pretty much their MO, right? So you're gonna have times where you don't feel like that super good, bubbly person. But if you have people surrounded, around you who are not super nice, who are also toxic, not happy, like when you're in a toxic mood, like misery loves company. So everybody is gonna feed off that. If they are also like in that mindset and also like not super positive personal growth kind of people, if they're more in the like, everything sucks, like I'm in a bad mood, like super sour, when you're in a bad mood, what are they gonna do? They're gonna continue to pull you into that bad mood, because misery loves company. So they are going to want to amplify your feelings. They're gonna want to say, yes, like that sucks, like everything sucks, like we shouldn't even try, or that person is so mean, or yeah, you're really dumb when you went up on that presentation and you made a fool of yourself. Like they feed into it, and they want to like make you feel just as bad, because they want to feel better about their situation. They feel bad about their situation, and so they want to drag you down because your situation also is bad, and they're like, they've like their energy levels have slumped down to mine too, like now we're on the same like life is shitty metric. But if you have friends who are positive, who are uplifting, who are happy and genuinely want the best for you, when you drop down, when your energy levels are not optimal, when you feel like you've been beaten down, maybe you had that presentation and you did not do as well as you wanted to, or you had a fight with your parents and you're feeling really low, the people that you surround yourself with is how long you're going to stay in that feeling. So if you have people who are uplifting, who are always looking for the positive, who are looking for the reason of the pain, who are just on the more positive side of things, they're going to be the one to tell you, hey, like, I understand, like, this did not go the way you wanted. I feel bad. I'm sorry this has happened to you. How can we learn from this? Like, what can we do better? Is it something we did? Because they always, like, put you in the same boat as them, right? Like they're always with you. It's never you, it's always we. I love those kind of people who, when you're in the trenches, they're in the trenches with you to help pull you out. So they're always like, okay, what can we do better? Even if they didn't do anything, it's always like, what can we do better to help, right? And they're always, inspiring you to be better, inspiring you to stand up and try again when you fail, and helping you move past like this emotional turmoil or this bad moment, so then you can rise up again and you can be that better self, and you can take on the next day, and you don't have to stay stuck in this really low, yucky feeling, because they're going to bring you up, because they are going to help inspire you to do more and to be more, and they're not going to keep you and like press you down to this lower level. So that's why I personally like have just been striving to really surround myself with those people that love me, and the people who are encouraging and who are on the same thought process as me, because when you have those people who you feel immediately energized by and inspired by, it makes you feel in this energy level of so much happiness and so much like motivation, right? Because motivation is definitely like hit or miss. Like you're either gonna have it or not. But if you surround yourself with people, if you've ever gone to a conference or a concert or a training or a camp, a sleepaway camp or anything, you always feel so energized and amazing in that environment, because it's a positive environment and everyone is just so high energy. And then when you get home, you're like, you feel this high energy, and then you look around and your house isn't exactly how like that was, and the people aren't as energized as you are, and your friends, they didn't experience the same thing that you experienced, and so they're not on the same trajectory as you, and they don't understand, and it can be like this kind of discerning, oh my gosh, like what's going on? I'm losing momentum, because you don't have someone to help you keep that momentum. Because honestly, if you just stay super isolated and you're working on your dream and you're working on that thing, it is so siloing. Like you just feel so alone. And I don't think that we're meant to be alone. I don't think that we're meant to do it by ourselves. Like I think that we are meant to have community and fellowship and talk to other people and bounce ideas off one another and have those connections. Because that's human nature, right? Like that's why we have social media, because we want to feel connected at so many levels. And I think at one hand, like that social media can be kind of isolating to some, but others, it opens up a whole new world of individuals to meet and connect with. And I think it's when we shift offline, right? Like we can shift it offline and we can have that conversation, because that's exactly what, Sydney did. She had this online thing, and then she shifted it from online to an event and a thing. So for me, like that is truly inspiring when you can take something offline and have that connection and have that community and talk to people and have those new connections. And it honestly has this whole entire quarter, I guess, because I think it started, in November, December, where I was thinking to myself, I just really would like to step outside of my comfort zone and to do things I'm not super, super comfortable with, and doing things that I've never done before, because that goes back to if you want the change and you want to chase after the things that you've never had before, you're gonna have to do things that you've never done before to welcome it. Because if we want change, we actually have to change. We cannot hold so tightly onto the things that we've always had. We're gonna have to let them go, right? Like we're gonna have to allow those other things to come in. And so that's where everything gets a little shaky when we have that change. But I knew for myself, okay, like I'm wanting this uncomfortable action, like I'm alerting everyone and that I'm ready for the next step. And so I honestly have an event in May that I'm going to in Austin, Texas. I'm so excited, but that's like an uncomfortable action for me. I am spending money for tickets. I'm spending money for a plane ticket. I'm spending money for a hotel room, and I am just getting myself there, right? And then that is going to bring connection. That is going to bring individuals. I'm going to be by myself. Essentially, I'm going to be meeting other people, and that is uncomfortable action. I joined a community online, and so that's uncomfortable action. I'm making those connections. I think personally for me, the change from college into like post grad was super, super rocky for me, because it was in the period of COVID, and so it was like a hard stop, like a hard, okay, like sorority isn't like in its easy transition, like school, like it was just like very, very abrupt. And so for me, I'm getting back into that, okay, like building community outside of school. One, it's so tough to find friends outside of school, right? And so like I've been trying to make connections at the coffee shop. I've been, if I'm waiting in line for food, last week I was waiting at the Chinese spot for some takeout, and I was reading my book, and there was an individual right next to me, and I started talking to him, and it turned out that he was in the same fraternity as my husband, and my husband is an advisor for them, and it was like that immediate connection. I would never have known that if I wouldn't have like stopped reading my book to talk to him. And just meeting people, honestly, and trying to find those people who light you up and have the same magnetic energy that you're looking for, because really everyone is craving some kind of connection, and you never know who you might meet and what they will bring into your life, because sometimes the answers that we are looking for are literally tied to someone else. If you've ever played like any sort of like game where it's journey, like it's like, okay, like we're walking through the forest, and then we meet this this man who's like a Sherpa. And usually when we finally get to the Sherpa has exactly what we're needing for like the next steps in our journey. It's only when we like actually stop to talk to the Sherpa, then we're like, oh, that's finally the clue that we've been looking for, because we've been walking inside this house forever trying to get out to find the like berries that we can make the whatever. I've not honestly played games like that for the longest time. But usually in those games, it's like the person that you stop and talk to has exactly what you are needing. More times than not, the people that I have talked to, somehow, like we have a connection, and it's been exactly what I have been like looking for. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I hadn't taken that uncomfortable action to try and connect, to try and build that community, then I would have never been in the situation that I am right now. And I think that's also on the thinking that everything happens for a reason, and there's no reason to beat yourself up about it. Oh, I should have talked to that like Sherpa before in the game, whatever, or I should have talked to this person before, that person in my class, or that person I always see at the library or at the gas station at the same time. Like we're always getting our fuel together, but like everything happens at the exact time that's supposed to happen, so there's no need to rush it, no need to like get all bent up about it. But it's when you are seeking out this community and surrounding yourself with the people that are going to lift you up, surrounding yourself with the things that are going to make you happy, like creating the life that you want to live. Honestly, like it starts as soon as you realize, hey, like I want to make the change. For me personally, like I wanted to make the change. I started cleaning out all of my clothes, like that was that shift for me. Or I signed up for, the Austin, Texas event, or signed up for the Let's Be Friends KC event. Like it's when you acknowledge and say, hey, like I'm ready to do something I've never done before, that's going to bring the opportunities and the new things in your life that you've never had before. So even right now, listening to this podcast, it's that unconscious, okay, like I'm ready for a change, I'm ready to make connections. Then by law of attraction, those things are going to start coming into your life, and you're going to start having those connections and the realizations of, oh my gosh, like this is exactly what I was needing in this time period. And that is why community and the people you surround yourself with is so, so important. and to just honestly be open to that community aspect. Because if you're anything like me, things have been a little rocky the past 3 years, and you're like, oh my gosh, like maybe your community has been broken, or maybe you've taken really big leaps already, and you're in a new city or a new environment, a new workplace, and you're feeling a little ostracized. You're feeling a little by yourself, right? Like, I don't know, you're feeling by yourself. And it's okay, because we all feel those ways sometimes. And I think when we feel uncomfortable and we are pushed by the loneliness or the excitement for change, that's when we can really open up our world, and new things await. And I think with springtime for me, like, I'm just ready for those new things, and I'm ready for the adventure of this year. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to send it to a friend who you think you might want in your community. It could be like a great conversation starter. Oh my gosh, did you love the episode? I love the episode. Let's go talk about it. So thank you so much for listening, and until next time, bye.